Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Sports Express Podcast. I'm your host, Ray from the Bay. Man, we're going to talk about it. USC just hired Lincoln Riley from Oklahoma. So I think that's a real good look for the Pac 12. It's going to be a real good look as far as the new TV deal that the Pac 12 is going to be getting. We're going to talk about it. But let me run down a couple other things, too. Teofimo Lopez, for those of y'all that like boxing, he just lost to George Kambosos. We're going to talk about it. Um, man, one of the teams that I hate to talk about on my own show unless they doing good, and that's my Los Angeles Lakers. They got a problem, and we're going to talk about it, man, because that's what we do here at the Sports Express Podcast, man. Um, Out here in sunny California, but it's a little cold outside, So, but anyway, let's get into it, man. USC, they hired Lincoln Riley. Like I said, man, that's a great look. Good young head coach, come from a winning program, Oklahoma. I'm quite sure he's going to take a lot of his assistants with him. So, um, I think that they made a great hire because USC, man, the number one problem that I have with them is, and I got a lot of pride being from California, so they let all the top 5-star athletes go to Texas, Florida, Alabama, and I believe with this hire, man, we can retain the 5-star recruits, the 4-star recruits in that Los Angeles area. Because if you don't know, Los Angeles produced some dogs. You know what I'm saying? Top tier. You understand me? And so I think he'll be great for the recruiting. We won't have a problem with that. But give him a year. Give him a year to develop the program his way. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that, man, as good as Oregon has been, man, Oregon get all these guys, top guys, and some guys that are 3 and 2-star, and they make them in the stars. But I don't think Oregon will ever be what USC is. USC is the brand for the Pac-12, hands down. Okay, that's not even an argument. And another thing, I got to take a shot at Oregon because every time I think that Oregon's going to do something in this college football playoff, they let me down, man. They let me down. And I'm a Cal Bear fan, if you don't know, right? I grew up loving 3 teams in college football: the Cal Bears, because that's local, Florida State, and LSU. They're my 3 teams I grew up on. But back to the Pac-12 and Lincoln Riley, man. As much as Mario Cristobal has done, and that's the head coach at Oregon, I've never believed that he was a candidate. Matt Campbell, the head coach at Iowa State, he was rumored. Um, he'll be a head coach probably in the NFL next year or something. But yeah, man, I don't think him or Mario Cristobal would have brought the cachet per se, like Lincoln Riley's going to bring. He's a known commodity, master recruiter in the Southwest area, Texas, Oklahoma, anywhere in that area, Arizona. So just imagine what he going to do on the West Coast, getting all them 5-star cats. You know what I'm saying? And, he likes to throw the ball all over the field. So the offense going to be wide open. I can't think of the guy that's the quarterback that did pretty good about for 2 weeks straight for USC. Real strong arm. I think his last name is Dart. I don't know what his first name is, but I think it starts there. And then you build around that and then see what you have after that. So, shout out to USC for getting this right, man. Shout out to the AD, Mike Bond. Hope I'm saying his name right. Shout out to him, man, because if it was anybody else other than like maybe uh, Franklin and the Penn State head coach, if it was anybody else outside of that, it wouldn't have had this type of splash. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to USC and the AD Mike Bond. But switching gears, man, going to boxing. I love all these sports, man. So I only talk about the sports that I like. So, but let's talk about Teofimo Lopez, man, and getting whooped by George Kambosos. You know what I mean? Um, he knocked him down. Teofimo knocked him down, but I think that he was just whooping him every round. Now I didn't watch the fight. I just watched the highlights, so that's what I'm going off of. But it looked like George Kambosos was in control the whole time. And you could look at Teofimo's face, and he was just sliced and bloody, and looked like he was starting to get a knot over his right eye. I mean, how you going after the match say, I don't care what nobody say, I won the match? Blood, you crazy. Your father, he was fat mouthing all before the fight, leading up to the fight, the week of the fight. So, I mean, sometimes it's better to take the humble route, especially if you ain't fought in like a year. Like, I don't know if you guys know, but this guy, Teofimo, man, he plays a lot of mental games with himself. He's not playing mental games with his opponent. He's playing mental games with himself, which is, to me, a little alarming because I just felt like he had checked out this fight months ago. He said he wanted to vacate the belts, like he was giving Devin Haney the belts. I mean, that tells me that you really didn't want to fight Devin Haney. Why is Devin Haney so feared? Is he that good? Hey, shout out to Devin Haney, man. That's my folks. You know what I'm saying? I root for him. I don't care about nothing else at 130, 135. I'm rooting for Devin to reign supreme over 135, 130. It don't matter, man. I'm team Haney all day. So, and I like Shakur Stevenson too. But right now, Devin Haney is the man. He makes more money than Ryan Garcia, Jojo Diaz, who he finna fight this weekend, and hopefully just put a real bad beat down on Jojo Diaz. A lot of people say that Jojo Diaz is a tough fight, but I just I watched his last two fights, man, and I wasn't too much impressed, by what I saw. I'm not gonna say he average, but he looked average to me in them two fights. Now, maybe he looked different in other fights, but I'm just saying, I'm just giving my personal opinion. But if Devin wins this fight, man, I mean he's in the driver's seat. He already in the driver's seat as far as I'm concerned. Tank is like they putting Tank Davis in a bubble and moving him around like Floyd Mayweather was moving around when he started making the money. So it's like he's over here and Devin's right here. Like everybody got to come see Devin. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, this Saturday coming up, man, Devin fighting Jojo Diaz. Good luck on that, Dev. I hope you whoop him bad, and make that money, young blood, make that money. And so the next thing I wanted to talk about was my Lakers, man, and we got a problem, man. We got a problem. Los Angeles, we got a problem. And they just struggle to beat the teams that are in the cellar. And I don't understand it. You got all this firepower. And like perfect example, last night, I think the bench might have scored 7 points, maybe 8 points. Come on, Malik Monk, Talon Horton Tucker, Wayne Ellington. You've been a disappointment. Unbelievable. You supposed to be that 3-point marksman. You ain't do shit, bro. Just being honest. You ain't done nothing since you came back from injury. So I'm hoping Kendrick Nunn hurry up and come back. It just seemed like Trevor Reeves are gonna be out the whole year. So it's like, the bench is a little depleted, but come on, man, we got to do better. Reeves, uh, he to me is like our Danny Ainge. If he can get a little more playing time, be a little more consistent on the 3-point line, uh, he just seems like he's like our Danny Ainge. He's got long arms and surprisingly pretty good on defense, man. Don't sleep on him on defense, you know. But LeBron, like I got to put the blame where it's supposed to be, and I'm a big LeBron fan. But we're gonna put this on AD and LeBron about bringing in Russ. I mean, that was a big mistake, bro. Big mistake. You know, he only know how to play one speed. He don't know how to slow the offense down. Wait till everybody get up the floor so we can get some rebounds from the big guys, right? Uh, I just feel like, man, at this point, benching him, let him come off the bench, let Rondo start, because Rondo is an orchestrator, man. He can make that offense run like a smooth engine. You know what I mean? So that's just how I feel about that, man, because Frank Vogel, these lineups you be putting in, bro, make up your mind and stick with something that you think is going to win, because at the end of the day, man, I just feel like, man, Russ got to go. Russell Westbrook, he got to go. I'm tired of seeing that shit. And really, Frank Vogel, man, it's like they need a new voice in there. And, you calling all these timeouts and all of this stuff. They're not responding to what you're teaching them, or which the plays that you calling. They just not responding. I'm being honest. I've been a Laker fan since Showtime. I was a Showtime baby, so I'm a super fan. You know what I'm saying? And we just gotta tell it the way it is, bro. And right now, Frank Vogel, you got to do better, bro. If you're gonna still be here, you got to do better. But hey, look, that's my time, man. That's all I got for y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend. You know what I'm saying? Sports Express podcast is back on the video, man. I was trying to get me a studio, but that ain't worked out. So I'm just gonna do it from here in the crib, in the hallway, and until I figure something out. But I'm out. See y'all in a minute.